So David was an excellent slow pitch softball player who came out of retirement because I asked him to play on our Oakville softball team. He pitched, he batted, he played any position that we asked. He might have gotten a few injuries or two that may have taken a couple years off of his life, but he stuck with it and he kept playing, and we were so very thankful for that. He's also willing to do uncomfortable things, such as learn popular dances of the decade or of the year, such as he did 11 years ago for my wedding, so that he and I could dance to it at my wedding. You won't find many coworkers will do that sort of thing. If you ever want to look up the song, the Dougie, you'll think of Dave. During the time when I was pregnant, David and I liked to compare bellies. So we'd take a weekly picture to compare sizes and to see who was bigger. So my memory tells me that David always won, but to his defense, I only went to 32 weeks, so there wasn't much there. David is also one who will try or experience almost any food or drink that's offered to him, especially if it is a dare and there's a little money in the pot. So the most outrageous one that I can remember is when he drank leftover turkey juice from the Thanksgiving meal, where he drank it out of the pan. It was a dare, he says. It was a dare. So if you look up rock in the dictionary, you will see a picture of David. David is a rock for his family at home, but he's also a rock for his family here at Oak Knoll. His calm demeanor and well-timed humor can tame any stressful situation. Deep down, perhaps his stomach is doing flips like an acrobat on a trapeze, but if it is, you'll never know it. He'll walk confidently into any situation and put out a fire, then make a joke about it upon its completion. Stressful meeting where the stakes are getting high, David throws in a bomb of a joke to defuse it, and it's done. The staff, we all know it. We've been there when it happens, and we are all relieved to know that Dave is in the building and here for us on our team. I love that he loves my face, because I sure do love his. Thank you, David.
Tough to follow that one up. For those of you who don't know me, I am Cam Atwater. I'm the volunteer coordinator here. I am David's supervisor. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, David's my supervisor. When I was asked to share some remarks with you all in regards to David and his 25 years here at Oak Knoll, wow, that's a long time, longer than I've been alive. I just simply knew that I couldn't turn it down. Why, you might ask? Because having a microphone in my hands in front of a crowd is David's worst nightmare. Now, David, before you get too worked up over there, don't worry, I promise to keep things rated R for everyone. Oh, sorry, PG. Anyways, as I was preparing to write this speech, so to say, I had all of David's words of advice as a manager and a work dad running through my head, such as, oh gosh, no, don't do that. Maybe not. Or, oh God, I can't watch this. Steve, you know what I'm talking about. As the 23-year-old running around here, he's the one in charge of reeling me in and trying to keep me out of trouble, which, if you know anything about 23-year-olds, that's a really hard task to do. In all seriousness, I feel like I've known and worked with David for much longer than just shy of 2 years. When you share an office with someone, you get pretty close to them, and pretty quickly. We've shared tears, we've given advice, we've distracted each other a whole lot more than we work some days, and we've probably gotten on each other's nerves. But mostly we have gotten to have a lot of fun together. David and I have planned a lot of fun events so far together. Got to go on river cruises where he might have gotten sick. But it was a blast nonetheless. Going to Camp Courageous, going on museum tours, but most importantly, we have gotten to become great friends, and he's just like another dad to me. We literally call him Dad every day. Also, I do want to mention, Lindsay started comparing stomachs, and I think part of that might be due to the fact that we never fail to miss a lunch together. Especially when it's, something like cheeseburgers in paradise or tacos in Margaritaville. Had to throw in a Jimmy Buffett joke there for you. David's role in creating home at Oak Knoll is a very important one, ensuring that the residents continue to enjoy events and stay involved in the community. You all know that he lines up every single program that happens in these walls. He lines up guest speakers and musical performances, including all of the singers that come into Oak Knoll. Speaking of which, weren't we supposed to have singers today? Did anyone line up any musical performances or singers to come in? Oh, I see 1. 2? Do I have 3, 4, 5, and 6? Oh, we've got number 7 and number 8 coming up, number 9. I think we have a little performance. David, here's a song as tribute to you, written by our very own John Menninger.
I don't speak very well, so we have to have help. Anson, the name was. He knows the way. Been there and done that. He'd be parfait. Give him your problem. He can produce better than nothing. Creates an event beyond compare, one to remember, one with some flair. Microphones need adjusting, lights they all need to dim. Audio visual equipment, each thing depends on him. Chairs must be put in order, lantern placed at the head. Everything must work together, or else he's dead. Greeting attendees, saying hello. Announce the speaker, being a pro. Anticipate flaws, being prepared. Skipping the restroom, unless he dared. Adjust the volume, battery switch. Handle the questions, manage a glitch. Keep to the schedule, conclude on time. Send public homeward, it's their bedtime. After the party's over, tables and chairs be soaring. Guess who gets the job? Anson's the guy remaining after the mob. 25 years enduring, doing the job. Thank you.
Ray Mustin would like me to make sure that you all notice that we are in uniform. And you may be wondering why so many of us are wearing khakis and polos, and even some of us name tags that say Dave Anson, Director of Excitement or Recreation Director. And it's because also when you work with David and get so close to him, you know what he's going to wear to work every single day. If it's summer, he will be wearing khaki cargo shorts, white socks, and his tennis shoes with a short sleeve plaid shirt. If it's winter, it'll be long pants with tennis shoes, his white Nike socks, and a long sleeve plaid shirt. He's pretty predictable.
David, we'd like to invite you to come up to the microphone. I'm not sure you feel comfortable talking in front of a large group of people.
I knew I wouldn't be able to do this impromptu, so I had to write a few notes. First of all, thank you everybody for being here. It's amazing seeing everybody here. 25 years blew by. I suppose many of you have been in the same boat. It just went by so fast. If some of you didn't know, this was my temporary job until I got a teaching job. That was 25 years ago. It was there that within about a year or so I realized it doesn't get any better than this. And it wasn't just the residents, it was the staff, everybody I worked with. I'm going to mention just Tuesday, no, it was Wednesday. We were always trying to make ourselves better, become better leaders, become better managers, just be a better Oak Knoll. And we had an exercise that Megan learned at Leading Age Iowa at her leadership academy, and she brought it out to the leadership team, and it was to find your why. And it seems pretty simple on the surface, but it's like, really, what's my why? And we were in Denver at a conference, and I was trying to figure out, was I relevant anymore? What can I bring to Oak Knoll? Do I have anything? Because I'm at this conference with 1,000 or so people, and they're all just into it, and they're experts. And I was like, well, am I not getting it anymore? That's one of the reasons I go to conferences, is so I get reinvigorated. And by the end of the conference, I was back to me again. But it made me start wondering the why. And then Megan brought up to me, or the whole group, let's sit down and really figure out our why. And that's what we did. We jotted down on paper our why. And I figured, why not? I look back. I was in the Navy. Okay, everybody knows. What did I do in the Navy? I was in the medical profession, and I was a corpsman. And then I went to school, became a teacher, and got my teaching degree. And then I started coaching. Then I worked at a residence outside of town here. I worked with people who really needed the attention at a kind of a group home. And then I got the job at Oak Knoll and was working with residents. And so when I look back, I realized my why is not hard. It's It's not difficult, and I imagine it's probably the why of many of the staff here, is that simply I care. I care about people, and Oak Knoll allows me to be that person. It doesn't matter if I did recreation or not. I was gonna find something that was gonna be my why, and that was to care about people and care for people, and those people are gonna care about me, and the staff, the residents. It's a wonderful place to be. In 25 years, don't tell anybody, I've never worked here. I just enjoyed being here, and they happen to give me a paycheck. But my why is caring, and it doesn't matter if it was in the service, it doesn't matter if it was students, it doesn't matter if it was the kids I coached in wrestling, or the residents and staff that I work with here. It's amazing. It's been a great journey. I will regress a little bit and say, I don't know if I was the first choice to be here, because I had to go through 3 interviews, and it got to a point, I was like, my wife Tammy here, we had to keep going buying new ties. They were interviewing, well, they want me back again. And so I had to go, let's go get another tie. So I brought those ties. Now, either they really liked me, or they wanted to see what tie I was going to bring next. So, here are the ties that got me through the interviews. And I don't regret any of it. I've loved being here, and evidently I've been doing something right, because this place is packed. So, thank you. Hart gave you a microphone. We'll have supper in here in a little bit. But I want to thank, I got my wife Tammy here, and one of my sons, Jack. Go ahead and stand up. And one of the first big events I did was a New Year's party. I dressed up as Father New Year, and he was the baby in my arms. And that was 23 years ago. 23 years ago. And my son Ben is not able to, he's been sick the last couple of days, and couldn't take another day off of work. So otherwise he'd been here today too. He too used to work here, volunteer at Oak Knoll, and the ice cream parties, the Halloween parties, the Easter events, all these things. The neat part is my family grew up here, and Oak Knoll is also my family. I spend as much time here as I do at home, so you might as well enjoy it. It's been a great ride, and also some people thought it was my retirement. It's not my retirement. I still plan to be here unless you know something that I don't. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you later.